Today in Conversations That Convert, we will be talking about how to keep your pipeline full in a tough market. Specifically, this is part 3 on how to set up a referral program. So let's go ahead and get started.
Welcome to Conversations That Convert. Every week, we'll spend about 10 to 15 minutes tackling relevant lead generation, marketing, and sales topics for remodelers, home improvement companies, and home builders. Conversations That Convert is brought to you by Builder Lead Converter, your perfect sales assistant. And now, here's Rick and Diana.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Conversations That Convert. Hi Diana, how are you today?
Hi, I'm very well, thank you. And how about you, Rick?
You know, just got done with Thanksgiving, had some good turkey, some good pie, and fun with family. So back at it here this week, and Christmas is right around the corner. But we have a very important program here to put on today. What are we talking about?
So today it's about how builders can keep their sales pipeline full in a tough market and during holidays, I will add.
Yeah, and during the holidays, don't forget about that. The market's a little slower right now. It's a little tougher because of the current economic climate, including interest rates and just an overall slowing of demand, not only for new homes, but also remodeling projects. So this is all about our series called Guerrilla Marketing for Builders, and it's all based on the #1 marketing challenge as reported by the State of the Residential Construction Industry that the annual Association of Professional Builders survey puts out. And that is #1 marketing challenge is finding high quality leads. So it's even become more relevant now as the market has contracted. It's harder to find those high quality leads. So this will be part 3 in our series and putting your referral partners to work. And Diana, I'm always amazed at how when I talk to a builder who's short on leads is that they always think of, I should be going to the front end and doing more ads or more signs or, you know, whatever it is to look for that front end. And then my question always is, well, what about your current database? Because that's really the place to start is your, I call them referral partners. And so these are people that have already done business with you. They could be a trade partner doing business for you. But this is really where you want to start. Any thoughts on that, Diana?
Yeah, that's so curious how we're not looking very close to ourselves, and we want something different, something new, and the secret and the fortune is right in our database.
You're exactly right. And you know what? If you don't look at your own database and your own sphere of influence, and you're going to spend a fortune on ads that don't work. And I've proven that myself time and time again. If I'm going after a high end, I'm going to call luxury design build lead, whether that's for renovations or it's for custom homes, there's really not a great ad platform to find those people.
Yeah.
The best lead source for those, of course, is referrals or your referral partners. And so if you look at from a consistency of conversions, meaning that if a lead comes in, what are the chances that that lead will convert into a buyer? #1 source for high quality leads that convert into buyers is always referrals. Hands down. Your best referral, of course, is somebody that comes from a past client of yours, but referral partners in the form of business to business referral partners, also a great source for referrals. What do you think, Diana?
Yes, I think it's important to create a strategy and to create your let's say pipeline of referral partners. So that's I took a note of that. I think that's a huge secret, how to develop a strategy and to create that referral partnerships.
Yeah, and it is a partnership for sure. And I think that the biggest challenge with a lot of builders is they don't really know how to get started on this. It's like, well, no, once a year I should be asking people for a referral. It's like, no, you want to do it more than that. But we're going to talk about, you know, a couple of the different ideas here today on getting a referral partnership program set up. We'll expand on this more when we get to working your database. That'll be the 5th part of this series. And we'll talk about, again, what you can do as far as working your database of B2B referral partners, as well as past clients. But let's start with this. #1 source for high quality leads. There are 2 ways that you can utilize your referral network or your referral partners to help you. There's indirect and there's direct. So indirect is going to come from the form of online reviews and testimonials. In other words, you have happy clients, you have happy business-to-business partners that have been with you. Getting their online reviews is going to help build confidence for the next lead coming in, where they see that, hey, you are legit. You have receipts. In other words, you performed high quality work for past clients, just like they potentially are. And they use that to catapult themselves into a relationship with you, which then you can then convert into a phone appointment and ultimately a contract. Okay, so that's the indirect way. Now, the direct way, of course, is getting that referral from them. Hey, I know somebody that wants to remodel or build. Here's their name, and so then you can follow up with them. So we'll talk about a little bit of both of those right here. But I think I want to start with is the question I get asked is, okay, Rick, well, how do I do this? And we talked about this right before the show started, but everyone's favorite radio station, WIIFM, which stands for
What's in it for
me. Right. Everyone's favorite radio station. What's in it for me? So if you want to be relevant with your referral partners, you have to give them something besides just saying, hey, I did a great job for you. Do you know anybody that wants to build or remodel their home? There can be people that's like, I really don't know anybody right now. So you have to, again, number one, give them an incentive. And number two, create context. That's the two keys to creating a referral partner network. So the incentive could be monetary. It could be something that would be project-based. It could be a gift. But you want to incentivize people to keep you top of mind. Now, the other area there, after incentives to be relevant with them, is to put things into context. So when I ask, I don't want to just ask, do you know anyone? Because there's no context there. But if I say, do you have anybody else in your office, your church? Are there any neighbors, anybody in your friend group that may want to build a custom home or remodel their home? So I got to get that context there. And obviously professional referral partners, which will be like a realtor, somebody who's all day long helping people buy and sell homes, that works for both remodeling and custom homes. So those people, again, they're going to get some sort of a compensation for you as far as if you pay them a fee to bring somebody to you. So that's already built in. But also think about your trade partners, your bankers, your title companies, people that, your attorneys, people that just know you from doing business. How can you create an incentive program for them and stay relevant to them? So a couple of ways to stay relevant. Number one is going back to that online review and testimonial. Ask people for their opinion. Everybody loves to give their opinion. So if you say, hey, Diana, you are a great client for us. We really appreciated the time and the investment with our company and your trust. Would you be willing to share your experience with somebody else that's potentially considering doing business with us? And people love to share their opinion. Yeah, I'd be happy to. Okay, how can I do that? Well, I can write an online review, so I can put that on Google My Business or Houzz or perhaps Facebook. Or better yet, you know what? Let's go into Diana's home with a camera, a video camera, and let's get her on tape sharing her experience. And let's get some shots of their home and a professionally made testimonial, which would be not only a review, but also something where people can see body language and tone of voice. Really, really important. So it's not just somebody making a blanket statement that potentially could be made up. This is a real client. You're showing the real results of your work, and they are expressing their gratitude and how great it was to work with you. What are your thoughts, Diana?
Yeah, that's very powerful. So ask for their opinion. So that's a very interesting strategy. I should do that more. So
we all should.
Then willing to share with others, have a conversation. And I remember I'm a client and I'm working with another coach, and she asked me, okay, will you be willing to just speak with a potential client to share how was our work together and stuff like that. So I was surprised to say, oh yes, of course, I would love to help. And I spoke like more than half an hour, and that was a good strategy.
Yeah, absolutely. The reference list, if you will.
Reference list.
I had a person I worked with years ago, and they kept an ongoing list of their last, it was 10 or 20 jobs. And every single lead they talked to, they would give that reference list out and they say, hey, look, here's everybody that we built the home for, our last 20 homes. You can call any of them, ask them about their experience. They'll give you an honest answer. That's very powerful
Yeah.
to be able to put that. So references, yeah, is another way, which is what I've found is that most people, you give them a reference list, they don't call the references,
Yes.
but just the act of you conveying that here's a reference list, go ahead and talk to these people. It's very powerful, and it helps solidify trust and the value for your organization that, hey, these guys are a step ahead. So better yet, let's get those people who are willing to give a reference, let's get them on tape. Let's get that on your website, on your social media. Let's get a written review where it can be seen by others. So that's the indirect help that you can get. And again, but it all starts from what's in it for them. You value their opinion. You want to get their opinion and have them share it with others. And so that makes people feel appreciated and wanted, and more often than not, they're absolutely willing to do this. Now, if you just send out an email and say, hey, here's a link, can you leave us a review? Most people aren't going to do it. So when you ask for this, you have to have a phone call, and then you follow it up with maybe an email and a text message, and then they will do it. So and better yet, if you can talk to them face to face, that's by far the best. So number 2 is creating that rewards program. Okay, so a rewards program for referrals is simply, again, that monetary reward. I think the best way to go about this is simply it's cash. It's easy. It's $500. It's $1,000. If you send somebody to us, we will pay you $500 or $1,000 if they become a buyer. And also, don't forget to compensate the lead who's coming in. So the referral. So the referee is your partner. They're sending somebody your way. So you're going to compensate them, but also compensate the person being referred. And that's real simple. You give them $500 towards their selections, or $1,000 off the job. And that's, of course, that's a cost you are going to build in. You're not going to take it out of profit, so you'll build it into the job, so you're not out anything. But if you want that person to be sending somebody your way, and you're saying, I will compensate you for that, people are hesitant to say, hey, Joe, you should call ABC Builders. They did work for me, and they're great. And they're thinking in the back of their mind, yeah, and you know what? If you say that I referred you, I get this money. It's better to say, hey, you know what? They have a rewards program where if you go in and say that you were referred by me, you get X amount off your job. Now that's exciting, because at the same time you can say, yeah, and I get a benefit as well. People are much more likely to say, yeah, tell them you were referred by me, because then you're going to get this incentive. What do you think there, Diana?
I think this is very smart, because sometimes, yes, it's about me, and they don't say, oh, I don't want that money, I will recommend you without money. But when you say, if I refer, you will get that. So that's very powerful.
Absolutely.
That's amazing.
That is a win-win, and that's a true reward on both sides there. And of course, you're just going to build the cost into the job. It's not going to cost you anything. If you want to mark it off as a marketing fee, that's fine. If you don't want to build it in the job, however you want to handle it, but it should be budgeted and not come out of profit. Now, the last thing here we want to talk about is consistency. Consistency is key. You should not be waiting to reach out to your referral network or your referral partners when things get slow. You want to do this consistently. I want to say month in and month out. I recommend past clients probably 4 times a year, where you want to have a consistent campaign and reach out to them. Now that can include an email, it can include a text message, it should also include a phone call, and you might want to do video messages as well. We're around the holidays right now. I love doing client appreciation events, because even if people can't make it, the fact that you're reaching out to them and you're saying, hey, I appreciate you as a client of ours, and we want to put together this little get together where we're going to feed you. Or I've had people that have done Santa Claus, or brought in a photographer and done photos for families where they can use it for Christmas cards. So the holidays are a great time to get together, but you can do something in the summer as well. Same thing for your trade partners. Doing consistent events as well as outreach, and just reminding them of your rewards program, that they are a partner and that your success is based on them being successful, and where it's a partnership relationship here. make people feel important, thank them for their efforts, give them something first because you want something in return. Remember, what's in it for me? So I'm going to give you this first. Oh, and in return, please refer us to somebody at your church, your coworker, your neighbor, somebody in your friend group. And remember to give them context. So I recommend, again, a minimum 4 times per year. But for those people that are like realtors, where it's a true B2B relationship, where they can bring you more than one potential buyer per year, those are people that you probably want to talk to on a monthly basis, people that are active. That loan officers, same thing. Whether you're buying them lunch or doing whatever, just be consistent with this. Put it on your schedule. Just do it month in and month out, and that's going to help you over time develop that referral network. So Diana, final thoughts from you.
I took so many notes today, so that's very powerful. I'm excited, and I will really start to implement that. Very practical, and I think December, it's a very good month to implement and plan for next year, and to already start to acknowledge and thank to all those people that I work with this year. So.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. Consistency is key, and show gratitude first if you want to get something in return back from them. So thank you so much for watching today. And if you'd like to schedule a strategy call with me and find out how we can help you attract, capture, and convert high quality leads so you too can pick and choose your clients and jobs, including developing a referral network or referral partnership, go ahead and click on that link right below. Take a look at your schedule. Tell me when a good time to reach out to you, and we will get together and talk. So for my brothers and sisters in Christ, may the grace of the Lord Jesus Christ, the love of God, and the fellowship of the Holy Spirit be with you all always. We'll see you next time on Conversations That Convert. Bye-bye, everybody.